All
right, I think we're live. Good morning. We're super excited to be here with you again on another Workshop Wednesday.
Yes.
Today we're going to talk about how to use the reverse invite method to get your prospects to invite themselves to look at your business. How awesome does that sound? So if this is your first time tuning in with us, I'm Mike.
And I'm Carla.
With mikeandcarla.ca, and we help people build their business using the power of social media and actual marketing skills. Drop us a line, let us know where you're tuning in from. We love connecting with everybody in the community. Even if it's on the replay, drop us a hashtag replay. We will certainly circle back and give you a shout out. So,
well, let's dive in. Actually, okay. So flip to the first slide because we're gonna have a little bit of fun first, and we want to just play this quick game. Never have I ever. Some of you played it with us yesterday, but we actually weren't in on Monday. Pardon me, but we were in Rise. So. Never have I ever. So we're going to go through this, and this is going to kind of set ourselves up for what you're going to learn today. So start to join the conversation below. The more that you participate today, the more that you'll get out of this, right? The more that your brain's going to register what's going on and what you're learning.
We just love hearing the interaction, love hearing what you guys have to say, love hearing your takeaways. And you know what? Kind of fun little game here to play.
Yes, and for us, we've done 8 of the 10, right? So, we have tried a lot of different ways and I'm going to talk instead of tested, I'm going to say tested a lot of different ways to build our business. And as a result of those tests, some embarrassing and humbling things have happened, right?
To say the least.
Sometimes, as my dad would say, some days you're the dog, the other days you're the fire hydrant. So, we've had every permutation under the sun happen to us. And we have felt all of these things. So we can relate. We've been there. So that's why it's really important. And that's why today, if some of these things you're like, oh, they don't feel the best. That wasn't really the result I was hoping for. Well, we have something exciting that we want to share that was taught by our mentor, Kate McShay, and that's the reverse invite method.
Yep.
And once we started to apply it in our business really, really turned a huge corner.
Yeah, it totally changed the trajectory of our business. And not only that, it made our business more fun because it didn't feel like we were chasing. It didn't feel like we were posting with a motive, right? It changes the entire approach to your business. So we're really excited to share this with you.
Okay, so like we said, we've all been there, so we all relate to that. So here's the truth, right? So there's a lot of things right now that aren't effective anymore. And what changes on social media, things change really, really fast, right? Light speed. People are numb to the typical things that are being taught, right?
Yeah, and it's causing people to literally just shut down and scroll past when you start sharing stuff about our businesses, right? It's just, there is so many people, especially since our shift in our world over the last 18 months, there's been over a 40% increase in people looking for a solution, looking for a way to build a second stream of income. So it's very important that we stay on top of actual marketing strategies and skills so we can be, raise our hand above the crowd, stand out from the sea of samesies and actually do things that are working.
Okay, so we have a solution, like we said, the reverse invite method. And today we're going to dive through that solution and we're going to specifically break down how does it work. And then we'll give you some examples of it kind of in action, right? So the biggest thing that you want to do when you start with the reverse invite method is put your people first. And exactly what happens when people go to usually put a post out or invite people to something, they accidentally start talking about their thing first, right?
Drop us a 1 if you've ever felt or ever done this before when you put up a post and really it's more about you. And I'm putting my hand up. I mean, this is something that we all do, and it's what is taught really in sharing our story. But if we flip the script and put our people first and really dig into showing them that you understand their pain or problem that they're going through right now, that you connect and resonate and you actually have a solution, this is really going to change the conversations and the people that you attract to those conversations.
Exactly. And you know what? I skipped over a part that's really important that I wanted to say is some little housekeeping about the reverse invite method. It can be done in a post, it can be done in a live video, it can be done in a group setting, right? Yep. So this reverse invite method can actually be used anywhere where you're on social media. Yep. So just want to set that out there in case you're like, well, how do I do this? What do I use? Okay, so the next thing, after you've really thought about what problem you're going to solve and how you're going to serve people, the next thing you're going to do is create curiosity. And using a hook is like a copywriting word, right? So you've got to create a reason for someone's brain to fire, right?
Yeah. You have to give them a reason to give you their attention, right? Everything is so noisy right now, social media especially. So there has to be a really good reason for them to stop and separate and actually listen to you, right? Yes. Actually pay attention, because I mean, how many of you are, watching this video at the same time as, getting the kids ready for school, getting breakfast ready, scrolling through something else? Like, I know I do it all the time. It's very easy to try to multitask. So it's very important to put that hook in there that is going to have your people laser focus on what you're talking about.
And this is something that, hey, does this hook mention anything specifically about a company name, a specific product that a company's offering? Anything? Nothing, right? So that's how you stand out, because here's what you're going to give people as a solution to a problem. And it doesn't mention the goji berry from the whatever, it doesn't mention my grapey grape company, right? Yeah. So that's really important, because people are now, they're more intrigued, because this is solution, right? I'd be like, oh, why was melatonin causing Mike the worst sleep of his life? I take a lot of melatonin. Like, I need to know this, right? Yeah. So, okay, next thing is, this is really important when you are hopping on a video. This is really effective. Or when you're putting in your post, first start by sharing your underdog moment.
Now, drop us a 3 if you feel like that is not what you should be doing. And what we're taught is to share the victories, right? To share how you're winning. And I know for us, like, at first we thought, okay, we got a position that, everything is so good and this online business is amazing and everybody should join because of what it does. But that is not what people can relate to, right? That's not relatable, because especially if you're sharing these big audacious things like, oh, I replaced my full-time income and now I'm on online full-time and blah, blah, blah. Most people are so far away from that point that that's not relatable. So if you can get vulnerable, we talk about this on the page all the time, getting vulnerable and sharing your underdog moment, people can relate to that, because chances are, go back to the never ever have I ever quiz. Yes. We've been there, done that, right? And people can relate to that.
Yeah. So your underdog moment, it can just be something that wasn't an effective way, that, it wasn't an effective approach you took to something. It could simply just honestly be something that happened in your day that was kind of funny and, maybe wasn't. It can be a lot of different things. So there's a variety of things. It just needs to be a little bit connected, obviously, to what your purpose of your post is, right? And this really gets your prospect thinking a few things, right? So they're thinking, oh, like, they've been there, or, oh, they're, we're relatable to each other, right? So it just stops them and slows them down and brings them into your world to create that human connection, right? Yep. Or, thank goodness I haven't done that yet. I'm so happy I avoided it. Maybe today we saved someone 8 silly things that we've done in our career, and they got so lucky because they didn't have to do it, right? Okay, so it shows relatability, like we said. So what if you feel like you don't have lots of underdog story? You have a lot of stories, but don't have the results. And Mike kind of touched on this.
Yeah, and guys, here's the thing is, we've talked about this on the page a lot too, is we can be the grade 4 student to the grade 1 student in here, because we do have results. You do have results. Yeah. I mean, simple results is like, consider this. You might have more results than you think, because, okay, so you've signed up one person. It doesn't matter if it's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, or whatever. You've signed up one person in your business. That is one more person than somebody else has signed up. You've gone through the process. You've attended trainings. all these little things. It's sharing your story, sharing your journey, and being open about where you're at.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've scored anything on Never Have I Ever, you have gotten a result.
Exactly.
Right? So think through it that way. Okay, so now up next. So the next step is you're going to share what you've discovered, right? So
and you can sorry to cut up, you can tie this into your Underdog story in somewhat too, right? Make it a story, have people relate. Sorry.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. So this is really, again, this isn't about saying, and now I discovered grapey grape with the magic 40 formula from the Amazon, and I'm totally cured, right? No, this is you saying, hey, here's where I am after I gave my Underdog story. This is what I'm doing now. And, I know this sounds vague, but this is just kind of help you be general with inserting your own thing into here, right? So these are the results I've had. I'm sleeping better. I wake up refreshed. I'm not snappy at my kids. And that's what's working for me. And you can make it work too. Like, let me show you how, right? Simple. So it doesn't talk about your company. It talks about your story in the discovery.
Yeah, and what you're discovering, the journey you've been on, and that can be relatable. People can be like, okay, I could go down that path. I would like those results. I've been where Anna's been before, and I don't want to be there anymore. So how can Anna help me move forward, right? And by sharing what you've discovered, people are going to get curious. And what does curiosity do for people? It causes them to dig deeper. Chances are, if you've created enough curiosity, people are going to reach out to you and say, hey, what the heck are you doing that's made you improve your sleep so much, right?
Yeah, or whatever that thing
or whatever it is, right?
This is awesome because this is a formula that you can teach, that you can use no matter what business that you're in, no matter what you're doing, right? You can take this with you anywhere in your back pocket, right? And that's what makes it really cool. So yes, people are thinking, that sounds like something that's going to eliminate or solve my problem. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to ask you for information. And then how awesome is that? Because now you're in the driver's seat helping them solve their problem versus when you're truly prospecting, you're going to them and they're actually in the driver's seat. Flips it all around. That's why it's the reverse invite method. Okay, so we'd love to hear your takeaways. What do you think? Are you ready to try this? Test it out. I mean, test it. I'm trying
and share your takeaways with us. And when you test this, we would love to hear your results. Come back and drop your results in the comments because we'd love to hear how this is changing and affecting your business.
Yes. Okay. So, whoops, this is the wrong bottom of the thing, but it's an important point. So after you learn this, there is another training that we do have about Messenger, right? Because now you're going to get people reaching out to you and you're going to be like, okay, I got to have a Messenger conversation with them. This is exciting. So we'll share the link to that training below as well. It's in the guides group, and then that will take you on to the next step in closing your prospect. Okay.
So guys, if this all sounds great and you're like, I love the reverse invite method and I'd love to put it into play, but I just don't quite feel like have it yet, and I'd love to have a little more resources, drop us a traction marketing formula below. It's a 188 page book that dives into attraction marketing, what it is, and how it can really help change your business. It's something that we did 3 years ago, and it has absolutely changed the trajectory of our business. It also gets you access to a very, very exclusive community of network marketers, digital marketers, affiliate marketers, who are all working together as a whole to raise the industry, raise the standard, and really, really change how this business is done. So drop us the attraction marketing formula if you want to check that out. And if you're looking for something new and mental wellness is your jam, you're going to want to check out our workshop we're hosting tomorrow in our private group, where you can learn how to get part of an industry that is going to dominate over the next 10, 20 years and join a team and system that is really, really blowing up people's businesses. So guys, thank you so much for spending your time with us.
We'll try to
stop our screen share here. get back. And thank you again so much for spending your time with us. We hope you found some value. If you did, drop us some love, share it with your team, invite your people to Rise Marketing Academy. Yes. Let's build this industry as a whole. Thank you guys. Have a fantastic day. Everyone. We'll be back again Friday.